So, Jeff, as we record this on April 1st, it's literally no joke, to the day, the 10th anniversary here at DLM. And just for fun, I thought it'd be good to pull up some of the things that were happening in the world and look at what was happening in our personal lives 10 years ago. And that was 2012. What was happening for you in 2012?
So in 2012, I was probably the most stressed out I'd ever been in my entire life up to that point, assuming the AP test hadn't happened yet that year. Junior year was probably the hardest school year for me, for sure.
Yeah, I think I had Algebra 2 in junior year. Pretty brutal class, but yeah, it was probably 1 year from graduating. Yeah, I love seeing Dark Knight Rises in theaters. And Pop Quiz, do you know what the top song in the US was when DLM launched?
So if I remember correctly, in the summer of 2012, there were a couple of songs that were pretty much my friends were just singing nonstop, and they were on the radio. So my guess is Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Oh, great guess. That is a
Is
classic
that it?
2012 jam. It's We Are Young by Fun, which is, man, that song did take over that year.
That was also up there. Yep, nice.
Well, young is a good term for DLM. 10 years young is a great way to define us. So let's jump into video discussions for today's podcast.
Welcome to the Limelight podcast, your source for medical marketing news. Get insights into the latest trends, learn about groundbreaking marketing strategies, and discover the newest tools. We'll let you know what questions you should be asking and where to find the answers. All this and more brought to you by the team at Digital Limelight Media.
Today we're going to cover a number of case studies focused on how we've used video here at DLM to improve web results for our practices.
Yeah, we briefly talked about video services and how to enhance your in-house video production quality in a previous episode. But today we're going to spend a lot more time talking with our lead videographer, Andrew Prime, to get a broader perspective on not just how to do video content well, but what kinds of videos you should be making in the first place. Andrew, our podcast producer, welcome back from behind the scenes.
Hey guys, glad to be here.
I'd like to start out today by having you walk through what types of videos you would recommend to medical practices who are trying to get the most out of their marketing efforts.
Yeah, that's a tough question. There's so many different types of video and so many subtypes of them.
Let's just nail down 3 today for our discussion.
Yeah, if I had to pick 3 types of videos for medical practices, I'd probably go with FAQs, bio videos, and professional video types.
All right, well, let's start with FAQ. What is an FAQ video? Is it just answering a single common question in a short video, or what differentiates FAQ videos from other types of video?
Yeah, an FAQ video can mean a lot of different things depending on who you're working with and what your marketing goals are. Typically here at DLM, when we talk about FAQ videos, we're talking about really short, quick answers to questions people regularly ask about your practice. Our goal here at DLM is to have you record kind of 30-second answers for common questions from the doctor and staff members, and then we'll add some opening and closing slides to kind of bring brand into your video and turn your responses into a 1 minute or less video we can play on social media, your website, and in eBlasts. This versatility is why I think FAQ videos make a great first type of video to try as a medical marketing practice if you're just trying to explore video for the first time.
That's a great point. And that brings into mind tasks that I have as a writer here. I have FAQ tasks where I answer several questions that are popular in Google search results, for example. And so I just spend a few minutes writing a few sentences, answering those questions broadly. And that provides really good SEO because, of course, those are things that real people have been searching on Google. Is that kind of the same goal for FAQ, or what is the goal of FAQ videos?
Yeah, FAQ videos perform best when the questions asked and the answers given are very specific to the procedure and your practice's methods. They provide great SEO benefits when carefully selected and added to the corresponding pages on your website.
The second video type you mentioned was bio video. So what goes into bio videos?
A bio video is typically a bit longer than an FAQ video and is intended to help bolster trust and relationship between the potential patient and the providers at your practice.
So where might a practice use bio videos in their overall marketing strategy?
Bio videos go just about anywhere you have a digital presence. Personally, I recommend making sure that those bio videos get added to the practice's About page, as well as to the email signatures of your staff members at your practice.
So what does that look like specifically, attaching a video on their email signature?
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. You can put a hyperlink into your signature that says something like learn more about me here or watch video. The word keyword video is actually can be very important in helping improve kind of metrics related to that as well.
Okay, gotcha. So what are the benefits of doing that? What metrics are enhanced?
Yeah, if you're looking at email signature, it depends a little bit on the volume of the emails that are being sent out. Obviously, if you never send any emails, nobody's ever going to see that. Assuming you are sending out a good volume of emails from your practice, you can expect to see 25 to 30 extra views per video per month. And that can be a huge opportunity for your practice. And that only takes a few minutes of your time to set up at the beginning, and that can nurture leads and build trust for years to come.
The last type of video you mentioned were professional videos. What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is videos that have really been done and put together by a professional team. Usually it takes a lot more planning up front. Oftentimes you have to take a day off from your practice and just really devote the time of your staff and your doctors and some of your past patients to really telling that story well and holistically from every aspect.
What should a practice do if they're interested in integrating more video into their marketing strategy?
I think a great way to integrate more video into your marketing strategy is to start by asking your marketing specialist what pages could maybe use a boost, or thinking about what pages you want more traffic on. Videos, as we'll talk about in some case studies later in this episode, really do boost your page metrics. And so it's an important step in kind of those, like making a strategy and a plan. And then after that, they'll refer you to a person like myself or another member of our video team to really talk you through how to specifically meet those goals that you're trying to meet with your marketing strategy.
This has been a great starting conversation for today's video-centered episode. Thanks, Andrew.
No problem, guys. I'm excited to finally be doing this.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with some more case studies and real DLM client results of the practical applications of video in your marketing strategy.
Hi, I'm Jackie Smith, a content writer here at Digital Limelight Media. What I like most about working here is the great company culture and how our team is able to help medical practices manage the parts of their business that we're experts in. If you or someone you know have experience in marketing, writing, SEO, or sales, we'd love to meet you. Feel free to reach out by emailing your resume with the subject line, Hire Me, to info@dlmconversion.com. That's info@dlmconversion.com.
And we're back. Andrew, care to introduce our next topic for us?
Yeah, I can do that, Jeff. One of the best ways to really understand how much impact video can have for your business is to look at some case studies from real medical practices. One theme that I'm going to start driving home now is that our professional team of video and marketing experts regularly work with practices like yours to exceed nationwide benchmarks. In this segment, we'll be looking at how video has impacted email marketing, Facebook advertising, and search engine optimization.
Well, it sounds like it applies to a lot, so let's dive right in.
I was doing some research recently and came across the stat that on average, adding a video to an email can increase your open rate by up to 32%. That seems like a remarkable improvement and something I'd love more of our clients to take advantage of. Alex, you recently ran a case study with one of our clients to see how adding a video affected their e-blasts. Could you walk us through it?
We did an analysis of Q1 2021 e-blasts versus Q1 2022 e-blasts, and the 2022 e-blasts featured video, so a big distinction between the two. So when looking at the comparison between the 2 years, the videos included ended up increasing open rates substantially, almost a 59% increase in engagement through those e-blasts, and that also yielded a 21% increase in click-through rate, which averaged about 4.3% per email. So this is a textbook example of how video can promote more of that engagement you're looking for out of your marketing assets and really make them sticky to the patients that you're trying to reach out to. And if your team's looking for ways to tweak your video strategy and to get started on that, I'd highly recommend they reach out to us.
We're going to take a quick break and be back with a short introduction about Facebook ads and how video content can enhance your marketing efforts on social media. Our next guest is one you've heard on the podcast before, Devin, an SEO specialist here at DLM. I should say welcome back to the podcast, Devin, but really you haven't actually been here live, even though you were featured in one of our early episodes. Last time you were on, you had to record just by talking to yourself since we hadn't really fully worked out our audio setup. So anyway, I hope this is a smoother, easier experience for you this time around.
Hey, Jeff. Yeah, excited to do it in person this time around.
Now, Andrew Prime had mentioned a Facebook ads case study in the previous episode, and he talked about switching image-based ads to video-based ads and the difference that could yield. So could you walk us through that case study a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely, Alex. So the Facebook ads that we ran were in the fourth quarter of last year. They were set up with two separate campaigns, two different procedures. So one of them was primarily for breast augmentation, and the other one was for M-Sculpt Neo. So we had two different services as part of this study, but we were still able to A/B test and get some really good data from each of those. So part of that A/B testing, obviously, is to make sure that a lot of the factors and conditions are the same. So with these Facebook ads, we stuck with the same audience metrics between our static image ads and our video ads. So that means geographically and with demographics and interests through the Facebook Ads Manager were the same for these campaigns as well. We also had really similar ad copy, and the call to action was really consistent between the static and the video ads. Really, the independent variable and the way we built the campaign was really just for the video and the static images to be the two distinguishing factors between each of the ads. That way we could really get a fair apples to apples comparison between the two.
So what was the timeline of this transition? How did this test evolve specifically?
Yeah, so the test initially began with using more static images in our creative copy. We actually had one video ad like right there in the beginning, surrounded by a lot of static image ads with the campaigns. As they evolved, as time went on, we were able to gather more data from the campaigns. We really saw that the images were really falling behind even just the one video ad that we had created. So as time went on, we were working with our video team to create more video ads with a little bit different style with each of them. So that way we'd be able to test the videos against themselves in some cases. But the data continued to show us that the video ads really outperformed the static images, so much to the point that by the end of the campaign, we were actually running almost exclusively just the video ads.
And what key performance metrics came of those ads?
Within Facebook, the ad recall was about 20% higher for the video ads compared to the image ads. And ad recall within Facebook, if you don't know, is the likelihood of users remembering the ad that you created. So the videos were much more memorable for users. Link clicks were, depending on the ad, between 50 and 300% higher for the video ads compared to the images. So it was much more intriguing to the users as well, making them much more likely to either go to our form or our landing page. And the video ads were actually 5 times more likely to produce leads compared to the static image ads. On top of that, the cost per lead for video ads was about 36% lower than the cost per lead from image ads.
So if I followed this correctly for this specific case, paid ads on Facebook with videos brought in way more leads with a lower cost compared to the same or a very similar ad with just a static image.
Yes, that's right. Impressions and leads improved with our video ads compared to the static images.
Now, some people might think video ads and think about jumping into television and embrace that as a video platform. We're a digital first focused agency, and I think usually we want to try and achieve that approach through digital means because TV can be very costly. What are your thoughts on that, Devin?
Yeah, for sure. And I've been there myself with clients too. You start off with Facebook ads, with video ads, you get some traction. And the next step is always thinking, well, can we do TV as part of this too? But one thing we want to stress to our clients is that using the digital platform, and with Facebook especially, we have a great way to really make the most of our budget, and we can pivot in a lot of different directions as well based on what the data is telling us. So with this campaign, we had 60,000 impressions with only a $1,000 budget spread over 3 months. So really, we were able to get our ads in front of a lot of different people, and we're able to bring in qualified leads at the same time.
Yeah, digital advertising is definitely more flexible than traditional TV ads, and it can be highly effective when done with high quality video. So, Devin, thanks for jumping on quick today to give us some specific stats of how well video can work with clients in the real world.
Happy to help. Thanks for having me on the show.
If you or someone you know wants to increase their online presence with Facebook ads, don't hesitate to reach out to our team at info@dlmconversion.com. That's info@dlmconversion.com.
And I don't know about you two, but I've really enjoyed sharing all these different video case studies, and hopefully our listeners have enjoyed them as well.
Yeah, and I'm always excited to talk about video with anyone. Obviously, it's my job. I'm a proponent of video across all of our different services.
Yeah, and thanks again for sharing your expertise with us today, Andrew. We'll be back after a quick break with more of the Limelight podcast.
Uh-oh, someone just left a 1-star review for your practice. How do you respond? With DLM Review, we've created a reputation management software that helps you collect positive reviews, reduce and respond to negative comments, and display your best reviews live on your social media or website. Ready to get that 5-star status? Contact the team at DLM today by emailing info@dlmconversion.com. That's info@dlmconversion.com.
Today we're bringing Kayleen, a marketing specialist at DLM, onto the podcast as part of our efforts to put some personality and context with the names you might be familiar with at DLM. Welcome to the podcast, Kayleen.
Thank you guys for having me today.
So we've talked with several different marketing specialists now on the podcast, and that's Alex's background, as we know, but we haven't dived into one important aspect of the role. What does it mean to be a marketing specialist?
So as a marketing specialist at DLM, we're the client facing. We're the kind of go between the client and everything that they need when it comes to website optimization, hitting their social media campaigns, doing print ads, whatever they need. We're the go between. We talk to them, we explain what they're looking for, we answer their questions, and we're always there for them when they need to learn more. And we do the reports also for them.
It's a very dynamic role at DLM, and I'm curious, what do you like the most about it?
As an extrovert, I love getting to talk to people every day, getting to learn a little bit more about each one of my clients and what they specialize in, getting to learn their personalities. And as I get to learn their personalities, I better can serve them to know what they actually need and better understand how to implement those needs for them.
You know, moving away from just your work life, what do you like to do when you're not working?
Family is very important to me. So I'm usually with family or friends, and anything outdoors is always fun.
Nice. I love the outdoors. Do you have a favorite animal at the zoo, perhaps?
Oh, I'd go with a kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Nice.
Oh, do they have those at the zoo in Grand Rapids?
They do. They have like little ones.
Ah, baby roos. So I don't suppose you have a Joey in your house, but do you have any pets?
No Joey in my house, but I do have a dog. His name is Kane Edmund. He's a Norwegian Elkhound, and he's 5 years old.
What else would you want people to know about you?
I think the big thing is that no matter what, I show up and I'm prepared to do the work, and I'm prepared to be there for my clients.
Well, Kayleen, thanks for coming on today to help us get to know you better, and we look forward to having you on again in a future episode.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to it as well.
It's really great that we can use this podcast as an opportunity to introduce members of our team and put some personality with a name and face you might be familiar with.
Yeah, the sound of a real voice, I think, is really influential and can be a huge factor when making your practice seem approachable, which is why we like to offer, if you're interested, you can join us on the Limelight podcast and talk about what matters most to your practice's marketing efforts.
And if anything of our case study discussions around video sounded interesting to you, or if you're interested in any kind of playbooks on marketing strategies for medical practices, always feel free to reach out to us. As we always say, you can reach out to any of our departments here at DLM by messaging us at info@dlmconversion.com. That's DLMCONVERSION.com. Thank you for hanging out with us today. As we always say, you can reach out to any of our departments here at DLM by messaging us at info@dlmconversion.com. That's DLMCONVERSION.com. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thanks for joining us on the Limelight podcast. We hope you learned something new today that adds value to your practice. Remember to talk to an expert about your specific situation before making decisions based on the information provided in this podcast. Digital Limelight Media LLC, its employees, partners, sponsors, and guests are not responsible for any action taken or not taken as a result of listening to this podcast. As always, we welcome your questions and encourage you to reach out about any of the services we offer at DLM. Have a great day.